Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. You guys know what time it is. We're going to be talking about everything Hbar here. We're going to take a look at what's happening right now, and of course what we could be expecting as we are going into the weekend. Looking across the board over the last 24 hours, as you can see across the board, we're seeing pretty much the entire market seeing red right now, and that is solely because what's happening with Bitcoin. Bitcoin did see a retracement, tariff talks once again happening, which of course have impacted the market, believe it or not. But I don't want you guys to be forgetting what has been happening over the last 1 week and over the last 1 month. You guys can really see how far the market has really come. Yes, you're seeing utility projects, a lot of them still not seeing those explosive moves, such as some of these meme coins, but the broader market is up, which of course is something that we cannot be ignoring, which a lot of people do tend to ignore. But looking at the price of Hbar, 19.1 cents, down 6% over the course of the last 24 hours, also down 4% in Bitcoin. Comparative valuation sitting at 8.07 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume pretty much staying stagnant over the last 2 to 3 weeks around this 200 million-ish zone. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So we're going to start off by looking at the dominance, and I want you guys to take a look at the dominance on the hourly time frame to really see what's going on. So if you're looking at the dominance here, you can see this for yourself. We actually did go down to 63.5% yesterday. We spoke about that. But since then, dominance has picked up traction, and it's made its way back above 64%. Now, if you're looking at BTC, on the other hand, Bitcoin, I did obviously adjust the Fibonacci levels. This was our new all-time high at 111,900. We did see a little bit of a retracement over the last few hours, but we're holding at this support line very, very nicely. The old support from this new all-time high that we set for ourselves at the beginning of the year, even though the new all-time high now is different, but the previous all-time high has now turned into support. And as the price is trying to go back towards the upside, that same exact resistance is coming in its way. But a healthy correction, nice correction, as to be expected. Market never goes up straight in one line. That is not sustainable. That's what I try to tell you guys on a day-to-day basis, because I've been seeing some comments coming in saying, well, the market's going down. Are we going to neglect that Bitcoin is up a staggering 50% since April, and we're talking about the largest asset in the crypto markets, the king of the market? It's up 50% in just the last month or so. So, we don't want to be forgetting that. Anyone that's going to be forget that, that's on them. But this is something that I'm going to point out. So, in the grand scheme of things, BTC is looking good. This is just a healthy hiccup that we're seeing right now. But if you're looking at Hbar, of course, Hbar is going to have a, reaction to this. You can see, Hbar was actually sitting at almost 21 cents over the last few hours, but we made our way down to 19.2 cents. Obviously, we have significant amount of support around that range. You can literally see it better when we take a look at the daily time frame and kind of go back down memory lane and look at the 2021 and 2022 levels. You can see how much support we have around this range. So, it's not a surprise that, we got supported by there. But if you want to put this move into perspective, we actually did see Hbar drop, and you could say about 10%. So since yesterday, we have seen a decrease of about 10%, and that's solely because Bitcoin also did see a retracement of about, you could say, I would say 4.38%, and in dominance in return went from 63.5% all the way up to 64.12%, which of course is going to have an impact on Hbar. But in the grand scheme of things, this upwards trend is still not invalidated, and I'm very confident we do see that 61.8 Fibonacci retest happening, sooner than a lot of people think. One thing, of course, is quite clear. We talk about this on a day-to-day basis. The 24-hour trading volume is quite low. The retail exposure and the retail interest in the grand scheme of things for a lot of coins is still quite low, but market is in a bullish trajectory, and I think we are going to start to see altcoins really pick up that steam, especially once dominance kind of cools off. So we'll see what happens. We're going to take it one step at a time. Obviously, we're going on the weekends. On the weekends, more manipulation than usual due to the fact that CME futures are closed, but we're going to keep you guys covered. Let me know down below what you guys think. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.